Hello, and welcome to today's deep dive into Game of Thrones. We're unraveling the fascinating and tense dynamic between Tywin Lannister and Joffrey Baratheon. Why did Tywin, a man known for his ruthless pragmatism and devotion to family legacy, harbor such deep disdain for his own grandson, the king? Let's get into it. Tywin Lannister is the embodiment of power, control, and long-term strategy. His decisions are cold, calculated, and always serve the greater purpose of advancing House Lannister's legacy. On the other hand, Joffrey Baratheon, technically his grandson, but actually the product of incest between Cersei and Jaime, represents everything Tywin despises: impulsiveness, incompetence, and chaos. A pivotal moment that encapsulates Tywin's frustration with Joffrey is the aftermath of Ned Stark's capture. Tywin had meticulously planned to use Ned as a bargaining chip to maintain control over the North and ensure peace in the realm. But Joffrey, in a fit of reckless arrogance, ordered Ned's execution without consulting anyone. This impulsive decision plunged the Seven Kingdoms into war, forcing Tywin to expend enormous resources and manpower to fix the fallout. To Tywin, this wasn't just a mistake. It was an unforgivable act of sabotage. Now let's examine the concept of leadership. Tywin valued strong, competent leaders who could command respect and inspire loyalty. Even Jaime, despite his flaws, had traits Tywin admired: bravery, skill in battle, and a certain level of charisma. Joffrey, by contrast, lacked all of these qualities. His rule was marked by fear and instability. Take the scene where Joffrey orders his Kingsguard to beat and humiliate Sansa Stark in front of the court. While it satisfied his sadistic urges, it alienated potential allies and made the Lannisters look petty and cruel. Tywin understood that a king's actions ripple far beyond the throne room. Every public humiliation, every act of unnecessary cruelty weakened the crowns, and by extension, the Lannisters' hold on power. Tywin's disdain for Joffrey also had a personal dimension. Tywin demanded absolute respect and obedience from those around him, especially from his family. Even his children, Cersei, Jaime, and Tyrion, were expected to conform to his vision for House Lannister. Joffrey, however, was defiant and dismissive of Tywin's authority. One memorable exchange highlights this tension. When Joffrey mocks Tywin for not sitting on the Iron Throne despite being Hand of the King, Tywin coldly dismisses him, asserting his dominance with his signature intimidating presence. In that moment, Tywin made it clear who truly held the power in the room. And it wasn't the boy king. Another layer to Tywin's hatred is rooted in legacy. Tywin's ultimate goal was to secure the Lannisters' place as the most powerful house in Westeros. Every decision he made, from arranging marriages to waging wars, was about ensuring the longevity of his family's dominance. Joffrey, however, posed a direct threat to this vision. His erratic behavior, coupled with his inability to govern effectively, risked undoing everything Tywin had worked for. In Tywin's eyes, Joffrey's reign jeopardized not only the stability of the realm, but also the survival of House Lannister as a ruling power. Let's not overlook Tywin's pragmatic side. Unlike Joffrey, who acted on emotion and impulse, Tywin always kept the bigger picture in mind. When Joffrey's death occurred during the infamous Purple Wedding, Tywin didn't mourn. Instead, he immediately moved to install Tommen Baratheon as king, a more malleable, controllable figure who fit perfectly into Tywin's plans. For Tywin, Joffrey's death was less a tragedy and more an opportunity. The ripple effects of Tywin's hatred for Joffrey are profound. It's not just about personal animosity. Their dynamic highlights the broader themes of leadership, legacy, and power that define Game of Thrones. Tywin's disdain for Joffrey underscores the dangers of unchecked authority, the importance of calculated leadership, and the consequences of failing to understand the bigger picture. In conclusion, Tywin Lannister's hatred for Joffrey Baratheon was multifaceted. It stemmed from Joffrey's impulsive decisions, weak leadership, public embarrassments, defiance, and the existential threat he posed to the Lannisters' legacy. While Tywin's methods were ruthless, his ultimate goal was always the survival and prosperity of his house. Joffrey, with his recklessness and incompetence, was the antithesis of everything Tywin stood for. Thank you for watching this in-depth analysis of Tywin Lannister and Joffrey Baratheon. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Who do you think was the bigger threat to House Lannister, Joffrey, or someone else? Let's discuss. Until next time, Valor Morgulis.